Hi everyone, and it's Matt here back once again for the first in my series on Star Trek Online. And I am joined today, once again, by the redoubtable Lord Dan. Say hello, Dan.
Hello there.
Hello! So, for those of you who follow Star Trek Online, you will know they've just launched the next season of content, the House Divided storyline, which is the first part of their Year of the Klingon. So I thought we'll make things a little bit Klingon today. And of course, today is a very good day to die. Kapla! So, Dan has actually been creating a new character, haven't you, Dan?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So, I already have a Klingon character at maximum level. This is, of course, Karath. But of course, if you've played the game before, you'll know that it's generally not a great idea to have mismatched characters because the story content can be very hard to play through. So, I will create a new character today. So, let's see here. I do have... I don't need him. So what I think I will do, I will get rid of this character here. I don't need that. Actually, before I do that, yeah, he's good. Go. Okay, and then I will create a new Klingon character. Now, let's see. KDF. Have you gone tactical, Dan?
Yeah.
Cool. I will go engineering, I think. So... I'm so tempted to go Gorn. So tempted to go Gorn.
Do it.
See, Gorn make good science characters, actually. I will go Klingon, because we've got all the new Klingon stuff in the game. Make him a male. Okay, so we'll make him an engineering officer. I do like playing engineers. Now, this character is going to be, for me, kind of like a burner character. I have a Klingon tactical character. That's basically all I really want. So let's see in terms of appearance here, customizing him. I'm just thinking. Let's go with that preset. That's pretty cool. And then as far as the facial hair goes, beard is fine. The hair, what can we do with the hair? I do like the idea of Klingons having big wild hairstyles, but I'll go with that. It just works. Okay, cool. So, looks good. From here, let's give him a brawler stance because he's a Klingon, so of course he's going to have that. He's 6'5", even better. Yeah, just leave it at that for now. I was tempted to go for like an original series style one, but yeah, you can't get the original series style ship at the beginning of the game, so what should I call him? I like classic sounding Klingon names, so Kor, Kang, Koloth. Dan, what's a good Klingon name?
You're asking me for a Klingon name. Oh dear. So you had Kang, Kor, Koloth.
I will call him Gror.
Yeah.
Gror. Middle name, son of. Gror, son of. Let's see. Gror, son of Moleth. There we go. Gror, son of Moleth, and my ship is the Hakta. Okay. Okay, we've got a new intro here. It's all been redone recently, so it's really cool to see.
We have turned our hearts from the path our fathers laid. I have watched you train. I have witnessed your prowess, your victory. Now it is your duty, your honor, to serve the Empire. Enemy targets on sensors. Wipe the sleep from your eyes. Wait, and remember the call of our fathers. You will be challenged. You will know pain, but you will not bend or break. Fight with passion and earn your place in the halls of Stovacor. By the blood of Kalis, it will be glorious!
Cool. Actually, I do think that's the same intro it has had before. I think it's just the story content they've updated. Okay, so even though I've played this game a hell of a lot and know what I'm doing, I will do the tutorial because it does give you the full story content there. So I would like to play the tutorial.
You are the second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey. Currently,
Oh, that was silly. I was just adjusting the volume slightly. I have turned it down so you could hear us, but you couldn't actually hear the dialogue properly there. Okay, so there's nothing important there. Okay, so let's just follow it through and see what it asks us to do.
you are the second officer aboard a Klingon bird of prey. Currently in charge of the Night Watch. You are in command of the ship, while Captain Sherlock and First Officer Duran are off duty. Your shift nears its end. Third Officer Lieutenant Kagan would like to have a word with you before you leave the bridge. People you can interact with have icons above their heads.
Just gonna turn off those
Press
pop-ups
F
there.
The end of the shift is near, at last. I have updated the duty logs. Not that there was a lot to report. Still, we have our duties. You will need to approve the logs before the captain arrives. Unless you are fond of cleaning up after his targ.
Very well,
Logs are up
Lieutenant.
on my station now. Use it to transfer them into the record of battle. Ha, battle. The only battle we face is against the forces of boredom. We are warriors of the Empire. We should be finding glory against Starfleet in honorable combat, not flying through empty space.
Okay. So, let's approve of the logs here. Okay. I'm liking what they've done with the bridge, actually. This is really nice. They've clearly updated this from how it was before.
I hope the logs
Yeah.
didn't bore you too much. I almost fell asleep writing them. If you'd like something more entertaining, I've made some adjustments to the standard Disruptor training program on the holodeck. I think you'll find them interesting.
Cool. Oh, here he comes.
Captain on the bridge. Nook, I see you and Kagan kept my ship from blowing up during your watch. Kalis would be proud. I relieve you. Return in 6 hours, Lieutenant. You are dismissed.
Cool. Captain has command, so now to leave the bridge. So it appears that I have my Disruptor pistol and I have my bare fists. So let's go to the holodeck. I would prefer a rifle. Okay.
The holodeck is initializing. Do not enter. The training program is ready. You may enter now.
Cool. So I've just turned on auto fire there. We're on the deck of a Galaxy class starship. That's quite nice they've done that. better. See, now I can just tab target my my enemies there, and you'll just fire automatically. It's a much easier way of playing. Okay, that was pretty straightforward. Quarters. I'm guessing that's through this door here. Oh, this is like a mess hall. Ah, yeah, that's my rack. Oh.
Jorlek the Sigma. We're ready to receive your prisoner.
Acknowledged. We're beaming the piece of Bachtok to you, now. I recommend you muzzle him. The sound of his voice is irritating.
If he irritates me, I will feed him to my favorite targ, piece by piece.
Why are they using the TOS side effects to the phasing?
You're alive. This is First Officer Duran. We have sustained damage from a surprise attack. I need you performing damage control to get this ship back in action.
Okay. So. Just a bit of power here. And over here. And then over here.
Whatever you did down there, it's working.
Press F a lot.
Here's the situation. We took custody of a Federation prisoner from the IKS Segpa. Almost immediately after transport, a Starfleet cruiser showed up and attacked. We took some severe damage, but we were able to get our shields up before they could beam over. They've launched shuttles and have boarded the ships on the lower decks.
Okay.
Our security teams are tied up all over the ship, so I need your help securing the lower deck. Grab a rifle from the armory locker and then make your way to the lower decks. I don't know how they were able to enter our shuttle bay, so check the bodies for anything that can give us a clue as to how they were able to board us. One or two of them might be carrying something useful.
Okay.
Interact with the armory locker by...
Let's grab a rifle. What have we got here? Pulse wave. That's not my first choice, but I'll take it, I suppose. Oh, I've got a batleth. That's cool. Don't think I want to use pulse wave, really. I'll stick with the pistol for now. Let's clear him up here with a pistol. I found an encoded message from Starfleet. Could be useful. Working out how they got over here. So can't go that way. Fire is generally bad for your health, so I'm going to avoid that as well. Get through here? Yes. Got the secondary fire mode set to auto, but generally doesn't work that well. Just toggling to aim mode there, so get a bit more damage and accuracy. Okay.
This is Captain Jorlek. I have the prisoner you seek, and I do not wish to be captured or killed. I will permit your boarding shuttles to land on my ship in exchange for my release once you have the prisoner. My crew must never learn of this, so arm your boarding parties and expect resistance once you board.
Oh, looks like he's a traitor.
You recovered that message from the Federation borders? My suspicions about our Pataka the Captain have been confirmed. I've seen signs of Jurlok's cowardice and incompetence for months now, but finally, this is the proof I need to challenge him. I see that you are near the brig. I want you to talk to the Federation prisoner there. Find out why he is so valuable, and then report back directly to me. Kapla!
Kapla. Right. So, oh.
The prisoner is still here. Starfleet's rescue attempt has failed.
Alright. Oh, I think I know who that is.
Something on your mind, second officer? You do know your captain's a traitor, right? And now two of you know. That's a start. Tell me, does Duran know about Jurlok's dishonor as well? Well then, I'm guessing you'll be first officer before too long. Can't imagine Duran letting something like that slide.
How do you know so much about our crew, Starfleet?
It's my business to know things. If I were you, I'd check in with soon-to-be Captain Duran. She'll probably want to talk about your promotion.
I'm afraid First Officer Duran is indisposed. Permanently. Report to the bridge at once. Unless you wish to join her in Stovokor.
Well, I was half right. Congratulations on your promotion, First Officer.
Okay, so
The captain has dishonored himself. You are the next ranking officer. It is your right to challenge him to a duel, to the death. If you defeat him, the ship is yours. Go. You know what must be done.
okay. Time to go and take command of the ship, I suppose, by slaying the captain, as is the style on Klingon ships. Now, I'm not going to do this with a Disruptor, that would be dishonourable, so I'm going to be using a Batleth in this fight. So I'm going to replace that Pulse Wave with a Batleth. There we go. And set that to weapon of choice, and then let's sort it out. Yeah, I'm just going to shove a bit first. Damn straight.
It took you long enough. Take your station. We have work to do if we are to survive. Well, what are you waiting for? The blessing of Kalis? Do as you're told, or I will find someone who will.
Okay. Just realised that was on. I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, so.
Oh, you stand for the crew, eh? You think you can kill me and take my command? Duran was a better warrior than you, and she now sings in Stovokor. You will fare no better. Well, think. We fight a war we cannot win. Not even Tukuzma could defeat the Federation, and they were far weaker then. Why should we die for Jimpok's folly?
So you are a coward.
Young fool! I plan on living a long and prosperous life. I give you one last chance. Stand down, or your corpse will be cooling on the deck next to Duran's. What say you?
Well, I say.
As you wish. I've killed one hero today. Why not litter the deck with the body of another? Draw your weapon and try to die well, fool.
Okay.
Enemy target uncensored.
fool. Give me warrior's death.
Oh, he's got that out of Garrel's playbook. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Ha! Well fought! An honorable victory! Under Imperial law, you are now the captain. I will enter the change of command into the record of battle. I am Kagan, son of Kerr. I now take my place as first officer. I serve the captain, but I stand for the crew. Engines and shields are online, sir. Engineering expects to restore our weapons soon. The cloaking device may take a bit longer, however.
Cool.
The Starfleet vessels that attacked us are still in the area, and the Segpa is moving to engage them in battle. There is glory to be found there. What are your orders, Captain?
Well, you sit down first.
Congratulations, warrior.
Oh, it's Martok now. Brilliant. It used to be Worf who would say congratulations, you get promoted. It's now Martok. That's fantastic. Okay, first I sit in my chair. Now I'm definitely in charge.
Captain, there is no sign of the Segpa on scanners. We do not know if the Feds destroyed her, but I suggest we not worry about that just yet.
The Feds?
Engines and shields are operational, but we need Iridium to facilitate immediate repairs to other systems, and our Iridium stores were lost in the ambush. Fortunately, there are some asteroids in the vicinity that might have what we need.
Okay.
Increase your speed.
Yes. I've got Kagan as an officer now. That's great. Okay, let's transfer power to our weapons because this is a Klingon ship, and that's what we need for any given situation. Let's have a look here for our stations. We've got no other officers here apart from Kagan who can give us the high yield torpedoes. We can't cloak presently, so let's just take our bird of prey over here. I'm just going to quickly put full impulse on the task on the toolbar here. Can't use it currently. That's interesting. Let's just go that grey down. That's fine, mate.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I recommend we use the scanners to see if this contains any Iridium. No Iridium on the scanners, but that nearby asteroid field may have what we need.
Okay. So yeah, I'm actually flying here a Brel class bird of prey. So
Captain,
this is.
I recommend using full impulse to reach the asteroid field.
You don't say. Well, we'll use that in a second. So yeah, this is a Brel class bird of prey. It first appeared in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and basically appeared in every Star Trek film after it, up until I think it didn't appear in after Generations, but it was in pretty much all of them for a while. And of course, it was in the TV series extensively, both Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. It's a very iconic ship, and we'll do a video as part of my planned Starship Spotter series to cover the Brel class in more depth. So stay tuned for that if you are a nerd for all things starships. For now, let's complete the mission. Not stand here talking about it.
Helm, full stop! Captain, I stopped the ship this time, but from now on you'll be responsible for controlling the speed of the ship.
Well, thank you. Any Iridium?
We have found several asteroids that contain Iridium, Captain. Weapons are back online. Lashkar, we found some Iridium.
Okay. See?
Captain, I'm picking up a Starfleet distress signal. Seems that a frigate looking for us took a hit in a nearby asteroid field. They are disabled. They won't be out of action for long. I suggest we put an end to their hunt while we can. What are your orders, Captain?
So, we've got our weapons and shields working, but no cloaking device, so we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Mayday! We are disabled and under attack by the morale we were searching for. Request assistance.
Back up. It's more company. Two Miranda-class ships just walked in.
Federation here.
These old Miranda-class ships aren't much good against a fully upgraded bird of prey. And even though the Braille class is technically an old ship, the Klingons are fully updated with modern technology. You see very much their philosophy to take an old design, which works well, it's proven itself, and just keep putting new tech in it.
If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Precisely.
Captain, the Feds are jamming our sensors. We can't get a lock on the Segpa while they do. We have determined the location of the ships that are jamming us, however. We should eliminate them so we can continue our search for the Segpa. It will be a tough fight, but the crew hungers for battle. I think we're up for the challenge.
I think I am too.
Orders, Captain?
Okay, cool. Let's take us in under cloak. So we can get the drop on them. Once we get in range, we'll drop the cloak and we'll end them. Now, in this game, cloaking gives you a massive damage bonus. I mean, it kind of works like sneak attack if you played sort of like D&D. But it's not as good as a Romulan battle cloak, so you can't use it during battle. It will give you that bonus as you begin the engagement, but after that, you can't use it until you disengage. That's why I prefer playing Romulans with stealth tactics rather than Klingons. Fairly easy fight there.
Enemy ships destroyed. Jamming effect neutralized. We are clear to resume our search for the Segpa, Captain. Your orders?
Yeah, let's keep looking. I'm not going to go back under cloak just yet.
This is Captain Kagdar of the IKS Segpa. Where is Captain Jurlek?
I killed him. I'm the captain now.
Ha! Finally! That miserable Toba has been a blight for far too long. Congratulations. May you bring glory to your ship and your house. Speaking of which, do you want to join our fight against this Federation Batak? My long-range comms are down, so I cannot notify High Command of the situation.
Yeah, we'll be up for that.
Communications officer, make a report to command. Give them our coordinates and tell them we are moving to assist the Segpa in battle.
Kapla. Okay, let's take her into cloak again.
Captain, a Starfleet vessel is hailing us. Do you wish to respond?
On screen or let them eat static? What's that to say?
This is the Federation ship USS Musashi hailing incoming Klingon vessel.
This is your opponent, Musashi. Do you wish to surrender?
Captain Jurlek, what are you... Wait. Where is Captain Jurlek?
Jurlek is
Captain,
dead.
Klingon Defense Force reinforcements
Well then,
are
I
roping
assume
in.
you realize how outgunned you are? I'll cut you the same deal I had with Jurlek. Give us your prisoner, and we'll let you escape. And live to fight another day. Failure to comply means we'll disable your ship and take the prisoner by force.
It looks like Starfleet wants a fight. Shall we give them one, Captain?
I'd say we
Making
can.
a huge mistake.
Because if Star Trek Generations has taught me anything, that a Brel bird of prey is more than a match for a Galaxy-class starship. Ha 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 ha. It's not.
And also, Klingons never run for a fight.
I never do. Like this Galaxy class. They are tough ships. being that a bird of prey is a raider, you get a flanking bonus standard when you're attacking your ship's rear arc. Didn't need it. Back her off before she blows. Looks like about 1,000 Federation souls just went to Greythor.
We are going to stay here while repairs are underway. But you need to get that Federation prisoner to Kronos immediately. High Command is expecting him. You probably want to space him by now. I know I did. But that would be a career-ending move for you. Just get him to Kronos.
Okay.
Congratulations, warrior.
Let's go back to Kronos. Yeah, I think a wolf pack of Klingon ships can take down a Galaxy-class starship. What we see in Generations, in my opinion, was, well, bullshit. Bad writing at its finest. Okay, it's Hail the Prisoner.
So you're the one with my prisoner. Congratulations. We've captured him many times, but no one has ever actually gotten him as far as Kronos before he escaped. He's quite the prize. Beam him down directly to the prison here in First City, and we'll make arrangements for the prisoner transfer. Kronos prison facility out.
Cool. Let's beam him down.
The prisoner has been received.
And we'll be down ourselves. Old school Gorn there as a prison warden. It's quite cool.
Okay. The prisoner has been received and muzzled. Typical human, in love with the sound of his own voice. Oh, some stuffy bureaucrat tried to reach you here. Word about your promotion has traveled fast, it seems. I suggest you present yourself to the High Council and get the formalities out of the way.
Cool. Let's go see the boss. Stow my bat'leth. Looks much better down here on Kronos.
There he is. The hero that brought us a Federation prisoner. The warrior who saved the Segpa. The rightful heir of a starship by right of personal combat. You have done well to start your career. I will be keeping an eye on you and your progress.
Cool.
Now, before you go flying off to find your adventure, there is the matter of your duties as a captain in the Klingon Defense Force. First off, there is the matter of Lieutenant Doran's husband, her Parmach. It is your duty to inform him of her death, as you are now her superior officer, even in death.
Okay.
We will find Chagrin, Doran's Parmach, working at the exchange.
Okay, so we go to the exchange. That's where I spent a lot of time. I'm just going to quickly set a mouse button. Not a mouse button, yeah. A run button on my mouse. So keybinds. Where are we? Auto move forward. Mouse button 4. That's better. Now where I can just set it to run and then steer. So yeah, this is the Klingon First City. You do see it a few times in Star Trek Next Generation. I think you might see it also in some Deep Space Nine episodes as well. But it is the Klingon capital on Kronos, so it is one of the key locations for the Klingon Empire, which is pretty cool. How they brought it to life in this game. Hello, there's a fat Ferengi down here.
Greetings! I am Farm, a fully certified banker and financial investor. What can I help you with today?
Where's Chagrin?
Chagrin? Oh, right. He's one of the maintenance engineers. Make sure the exchange computers are up and running. Last I knew, he was running diagnostics in the warehouse, located in the back of the exchange.
That's all I need.
One more thing.
Ferengi.
As a first-time visitor to this exchange, you qualified for a free sample of our fine merchandise. You won't find better quality anywhere on Kronos Warrior. And if you like it, feel free to come back. Like the Grand Nagus always says, the only thing better than a first-time customer is a repeat customer.
Okay, so got a Chronoton Mine Barrier, which is actually quite a useful kit module for an engineer. So that's pretty good. I guess we're going into the warehouse. So this is like a mini instance here. Oh, Chagrin's been attacked. Okay. Is he shushing me?
Smugglers. They must have known I was all alone in here. Ambushed me. They're pirates, robbing the exchange. Someone must stop them. I'm too injured to...
Okay, time for a bit of disruptive diplomacy. So, you are one ugly son of a bitch. I always thought Nauticans looked very similar to the Predator, with their kind of the mouth design.
Yeah.
I just shot a Ferengi. Being that I'm a Klingon, I don't feel bad about it at all.
Given how Klingons view the Ferengi.
Well, I think there are some Ferengi who are, like Quark, for example, who are pretty honourable.
Yeah.
Well, that's the exception rather than the rule. One of my favourite episodes is the one where Quark has to help Grilka, and he goes down to the first city, and you got Gowron there going through all the financial stuff with Quark.
How he could be fuzzled the entire High Council with
Yeah.
financial transactions.
But in
So
fact,
actually bringing an accountant to a war zone.
yeah. But the thing is, Gowron respects Quark for it as well.
Yeah.
You fight well. You've given me time to recover my strength. But now I must find Mazarog and put an end to that miserable Takek's treachery.
Well, tell them, Shukri.
Oh, look at that.
Who am I?
Mazarog! You're nothing but a smuggling Yintach!
No. Wrong as always. I'm the one who's going to kill you.
I bet this guy never has to look for a can opener.
Let his prey escape.
Okay, he's a Nautican, which means he's got an energy lance.
Warrior of the Empire!
No match. Give us some nice armor as well. That's pretty cool. So where's Chagrin again? He's buggered off somewhere. Chagrin! Hello.
You said you had something to tell me.
Yeah, your wife's dead. Sorry.
I understand. She was a true warrior. Tell me, exactly how did she die? It is good you were able to avenge her death, but she failed. I will not have Doran denied entrance to Stovokor because she died at the hands of a traitor. If you would have me, I would join your crew and fight by your side in her name. My talents as an engineer are wasted here in these warehouses. Let me battle worthy foes.
I accept.
You will be a captain worthy of my service. We are
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
prison rule. Something I should know about.
Okay. So we now have our engineer for the crew, which is cool.
That prisoner you dropped off escaped with the help of 2 accomplices. One was a male Orion and the other a Nausicaan. The Orion caused a commotion, filing a complaint regarding a prisoner transfer that never occurred, and then kept shouting until he managed to distract the entire room. Meanwhile, the Nausicaan made his way into the cell block and shorted out the force field controls. Cameras caught him equipping our Federation prisoner with a holo-emitter disguise. The three then escaped into the city in the aftermath. Security cameras caught the trio heading north before they were lost in the crowd. You are to search there for any witnesses that may lead us to their hiding location. I don't care what this prisoner knows. He's been more trouble than his value to intelligence. If he happens to die during capture, there will not be an inquiry.
Oh, that's good to know.
I think I know where we can start looking for the criminals. The Chamber of Judgment is nearby, close to the Lake of Fire. An old judge I know likes to sit near the lake between trials. He might have seen something, and he's no friend to criminals. If he saw them, he will be happy to bring them to justice.
Indeed.
The Lake of Fire is just outside of the exchange. With luck, the judge will be there.
Let's go find this judge. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm looking for your dad.
Huh.
Remember we always said that if he wore the robe, he'd be like the Klingon judge from Star Trek 6?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Nosnech, if you've come to try and curry my favor in the courtroom, you're curious. I did see such a trio recently, but thought little of it. On reflection, the human was garbed in a heavy cloak, perhaps to conceal his prison uniform. Indeed, they headed north, then west. They may have sought one of the tailors there to acquire new clothes to disguise themselves.
Okay. Let's go talk to the tailor.
Head west from the courtyard and down the stairs to the tailor.
Well, if you're looking for a tailor, you're on the wrong planet.
Well, we can't all be as versatile as Garrett. Hello.
The stranger with the Orion and Nausicaan? Yes, they were just here.
Oh, he's fabulous.
They made a quick purchase and then made their way to the bar to the west. Speaking of new clothes, I could outfit you and your crew in the latest in Klingon fashion for the right price. Come see me anytime.
That'll be all. Quite happy with how I'm dressed. Okay, to the bar. It's basically a soft way of showing you where everything is on the planet. I've actually not been to this bar before. Huh.
What can I get you?
Information.
Ah, yes, them. They asked about another Orion. A fixer named Garat, then headed downstairs. Syndicate business, I'm guessing. Anyway, their business, not mine.
Cool. Let's go to the black market. I've actually not been to this area at all, so this is quite cool.
A stranger, an Orion, and a Nausicaan. Reminds me of a joke I heard. Well, then again, perhaps this isn't the time for such things. You know, I did see such a group. They went into the back rooms, right over there, behind those doors. Always happy to help warriors of the Empire with anything they might need. Good hunting.
Okay. In we go. Right. Some kind of Federation safe house.
That is a suspiciously new console for an old building.
Just realised I've not equipped my new module yet, so let's just quickly put that on and then some armour while I'm at it. And then I'll give Kagan some armour as well. There's a ship, yeah, they're for a ship, so I'll leave those. Cool. Okay, we've got got some Federation here. So that ability there, the reroute power to shields, is a temporary buff, just will improve how my shields are, well, my shield's strength and recharge, effectively. I shan't be using my mines just yet. Only really useful when they close in with you. Oh. Shields just went down.
That's no good.
It's not great.
It looks like the spies have set incendiary devices to cover their tracks. We should disable these in case they are set to ignite later.
I don't actually have a medic with me, so my health will just passively regenerate. Okay. What's that? Anything useful in here? That's Federation technology, right? There's definitely been some Federation shenanigans going on in here.
Let's resume our search for the human criminal. That room in the back looks like a good place to start.
Okay.
You're too late. You may have defused the bombs, but your quarry is long gone.
I can still see an Orion who is desperately needing our special attention. One good shot there from my destructor took him down. Oh, that was nasty. It knocked me over. Right. Come on. Speak up. He won't talk, will he?
He's not talking. Probably trained to withstand torture. We're not going to get anywhere with this one. KDF security is on their way. They can take this Bachtag to the infirmary.
Okay, there he is. Oh, he's waving goodbye to us. Alright, ready to go.
According to the logs, the last transport was to the shipyard in orbit above Kronos. If we don't hurry, our prisoner could easily secure passage out of the system. I recommend we go to the shipyard at once.
Okay, let's go to the shipyard. Alright. So that's going to involve going to the transporter room and beaming up. What are you up to, Dan?
Currently I'm holding position above Kronos, but I've done a few patrols.
Cool. Are you doing the Red Angel event?
I've been doing it over the course of the past few weeks. I'm just waiting for my timer, which is just 15 minutes to go before I can do another bit more progress on it.
Cool. Well, let's beam to the shipyard. Here we are. I do like the shipyard, it's quite cool. Right. So we need to talk to a used ship salesman. Where's he?
You interested in buying a slightly used ship?
Slightly used.
Oh yes, just minutes ago. I sold him a shuttle. He seemed in a rush to leave. Didn't think anything of it. I assume he's wanted by the KDF? Lucky for you, I kept a copy of the transponder code of the shuttle he just bought, and I will give it to you at no charge.
Oh, so...
In fact, since you're going after such a dangerous fugitive, let me throw in this technical manual. The spec should help your tactical officer to be able to eke some better performance out of your ship. just to show you which side I'm on. Qapla'! And glory to the Empire, right?
Captain, we found the transponder signal. Standing by to beam you aboard and begin pursuit.
I wonder if I can change my ship. So, acquire ships. Get a new starship. I can. Okay, cool. So, while I'm here then, so look at tier 6 ships. I think I will go for... Where is it? Let's get rid of these guys. It's going to be a battle cruiser. I will go for a Vorcha, I think. Reliable ships. And what shall I call it? The Kuthud. Why not? Okay. Let's quickly change into a new ship. There we go. Now I do want to have it with beams, so we'll keep that on board. Because the standard issue stuff will actually level with you. It means I've got to faff around upgrading all the gear and what have you. We'll use the yeah, for now that should be absolutely fine. Okay, let's just quickly customize the ship, make sure it looks right. So we want it to be like the Vorcha from Next Generation. I do wonder if we got the more pale one though. It did look slightly different in the early appearances. It's closer to it. Let's see with the Vorcha material. Okay, cool. So we now have a Vorcha battle cruiser as our ship rather than that old bird of prey. So let's make sure we've got all our crew set in the right stations. So we'll have we got Kagan and Chagrin. That's basically it. So when we get into space, we'll see what we can use. I do prefer to use torpedo spread rather than high yield. Okay. That's better. Look at that. Let's just quickly go to full screen there for a moment. So that's the Vorcha class attack cruiser. And this was the first new Klingon design that was introduced in Star Trek Next Generation. So we first see it, I think, in the episode Redemption. It was Gowron's flagship.
Glory to you and your house.
When he informs Picard of a brewing Klingon civil war, which of course eventually breaks out later in the episode. But of course this was Gowron's ship. It was the Bortas, I think it was called. And then we see many more of them later on in Deep Space Nine during the Dominion War storyline. So it's quite an iconic design for the kind of 1990s era of Star Trek. Okay.
I'm disappointed he was able to get off Kronos, but not surprised. He's a slippery one. Do what you need to do to bring him back.
I will.
You have his warp trail, so I begin with that.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Okay.
You need to get to Boris and recapture that prisoner. What do you want?
So Boreth is where we're going. Let's quickly take one rank in energy weapons training, and then in weapon proficiency for a ground skill, and that will unlock, let's see, we'll take turret fabrication 3 as a skill we can train to our officers. Did we get anything else? No traits as yet. In terms of space traits, we've got beam training, which I'll keep there. I don't think we'll keep EPS on there. Instead, we'll go for operative. And what's this? take bulkhead technician off and go for, I think, projectile training for some additional damage there. That'll be more useful to us right now. Okay, so let's go to Boreth. I'm just going to hit transwarp to cut out the travel time, so you're not watching the ship just cruise through space. Get to the more interesting stuff, but it's cool to have a. You know, I love the bird of prey, I really do. But that's what my other character
from
in
the
the game.
heart of Kronos to the frozen wastes of Rurapenthe, Klingons have built an empire that values strength, honor, and skill in combat. To be Klingon is to be a warrior. Fight well, live with honor, die with a blade in your hand. If you can do these things, you will live forever in the stories and songs of the Empire.
Oh, cool. So we got some new narration there from Joshi Hutzer as Martok, which wasn't in the game before, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what am I doing here? Just setting up my toolbar. There we go. That'll do for now. What was I saying before that? Dan? What was I saying before I stopped?
No idea.
I was just rambling.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yes, I was saying about my other characters. So you'll be seeing Karath, my Klingon main character, a lot more in these videos in the future, and he does tend to bounce between a Katinga-class battlecruiser, which is his main ship, the Amar, and the Dekron, which is a Brel-class bird of prey.
Captain, the warp trail ends here. What are your orders?
Okay, let him know we're here.
Hailing frequencies. If he's out there, he'll hear it.
Captain, I recommend modifying the navigational beacons in this system to amplify our efforts in locating the prisoner.
They've recently redone the model for the Vorcha attack cruiser in the game. It looks gorgeous. Okay, Beacon's doing its thing there.
Beacon modified. Nothing yet. We should modify another beacon.
Okay, that was doing its thing.
Got him! Establishing a communication link now.
You? I am impressed. I thought Doran was the right choice for command, but apparently even I can be wrong. The KDF will do well with you in their ranks. You have the tenacity of a rabid targ. As much as I might deserve to rot in a Klingon jail cell and be interrogated to within an inch of my life on a daily basis, I have unfinished business. It's time I was going. I don't doubt that you would. However, I always have an escape plan. I've planted a tiny subroutine in all Starfleet computers. If any vessel arrives in the Boreth system, their sensors will pick up distress beacons from dozens of destroyed Starfleet starships. In addition, when we started this conversation, I sent out a few false maydays from these phantom vessels. Ships are already responding. You've proven yourself to be a skilled warrior already, so I'm sure you know that Kahless said it was acceptable to lose a battle to save an empire, or a ship. I suggest you leave before Starfleet arrives.
We've got a fight on our hands here.
Being hailed by one of the Starfleet vessels.
Klingon bird of prey, power down your weapons and shields, and prepare to be boarded.
Why a bird of prey?
Our sensors are detecting several Federation distress beacons in this area. This trap is obviously your handiwork. Surrender now, or we will be forced to open fire.
Okay, so he's been forced to open fire. So the ship's special ability is borrowed time ability, so it enables me to basically hold it in place and increase my firing pace for a few seconds, which is very, very useful. So I'm going to turn on my command ability here, weapon system efficiency. So most cruisers have this ability. This means my weapons create less power when they shoot, and means more damage.
Another Starfleet vessel has entered the system.
Attention, Klingon ship. We are here on a rescue operation.
So I'm not as maneuverable as a bird of prey, but I can have a lot more punishment thrown at me, and I try to absorb, which is always useful.
But we will defend ourselves if we must.
What we'll be doing is putting at least one dual beam bank up front, so I've got a bit more forward firepower. I would use cannons on this ship. It can use cannons, same as a bird of prey, but we tend to see the Vorcha use beams in the series, so my kind of quest to keep everything sort of screen accurate overrides that. Okay, I'm going to use my deconstruction beam here.
There's another contact on the scanners. How many ships did Starfleet have in our sector?
So that's a fairly rare ability I can use on this ship. It's a temporal ship. You can charge it up in the background and use it to either heal or to immediately power up what my weapons. Oh, my shields went down. That's good. Only briefly. I basically do this there just to get a little bit of distance from these guys. Alright. Let's borrow time again. One thing I have got with this ship over the bird of prey is it's got excellent all-round firepower. So the bird of prey is mainly forward focused, but this attack cruiser can attack well from the sides using its disruptor beams. And that's very useful when you can't really maneuver very quickly.
We're ready to leave the system on your command.
Okay, let's get out of it. So?
It is unfortunate that the prisoner has eluded your search. That said, you did uncover a Federation spy nest in the heart of First City. We've deciphered their infiltration techniques and are cracking down on their spy network within the Empire. One of my prison guards was impressed with your tenacity and asked to be reassigned to your crew. You would be wise to accept it.
You now have a goal.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
So we have Thrak on the crew now. So let's put it into our projectile training there. Get a rank in that. Nothing's changed with our traits. So Manhunt.
We have identified the Federation prisoner you've been chasing. His name is Franklin Drake. Some of our sources say he's a Starfleet intelligence agent. But there are hints that he's much more. From what I can tell, he's not part of the normal chain of command. Previously, we didn't have any images or genetic samples from him, which is why he was so hard to identify. Now, we'll be on him the second he shows his face again. We already have a lead for you to follow. Records indicate a Klingon shuttle entered space above the Rura Penthe penal colony. That system is restricted, and there was no traffic scheduled for today. You are authorized by the High Council to approach the system and determine if Drake is there. Bring him back alive, if you can.
Okay.
There is work to do.
There is. Let's go to Rura Penthe. Also known as the Aliens Graveyard. Okay. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Rura Penthe is a penal asteroid. So it is one of the harshest prisons in the galaxy. It's infamous. We see it first in Star Trek 6, and we also see it again in Enterprise as well, with Scott Bakula, which is quite cool. But it's nice to see it back here again, because it's a really memorable location in Star Trek 6, I think. Dan, what do you think? What do you think of Rura Penthe in Star Trek 6?
Well, they got it right. The setting right, being the harshest place in the galaxy.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to go there for a vacation, let alone a prison stay.
No. I think it was shot in Alaska, wasn't it?
I'll quick look for that, bear with me.
This is Warden Katak of the Rura Penthe Penal Colony. You do not have authorization to land. Turn back now. Any attempt to violate our security perimeter will be met with force.
Okay.
Our authorization comes from Chancellor Jempak himself. It is unwise to stand in the way of his representatives.
It was Alaska.
Unless, of course, you'd like to become a resident of your own prison.
My apologies, Kalikanes. I am honored to meet you. What do representatives of the High Council seek at Rura Penthe? There are no Federation corps on Rura Penthe. Are you aware enemies of the Empire should be killed, not fed and coddled like infants?
It appears the spy is as good at getting into prisons as he is at escaping them. Check your sensor logs, Warden. He is here, somewhere.
Our security logs are checked every quarter hour as per regulations. There have been no transfers in or out of the colony within the last day. Only 2 ships have entered the system today. Yours and a Klingon shuttle. The shuttle left the system hours ago. You are still here.
Your arrogance is tiresome, Warden. Produce your sensor logs at once.
Our logs clearly indicate the shuttle left the system hours ago. There have been no transfers. All prisoners in this colony are either accounted for or dead. Your trail has gone cold.
Okay.
Ready to beam down on your command, Captain. There is a magnetic field covering the entire penal colony to prevent prisoners from escaping via transporter. We'll have to beam down to the outskirts of the magnetic field and walk to the entrance.
Cool. So yeah, it's just like in the film. There's a magnetic frontier, so you can't beam through it. Wasn't that Mark Shepard's dad who was the prison warden?
That is correct, yes.
Yeah. He was also the one-armed man from Hawk the Slayer.
Where do you think you are going? You may have crossed the magnetic
And he also was in
shield,
TNG.
but your visit is unannounced, and you will follow protocol. No one simply wanders around this prison. I will escort you to the warden.
Now, all I can remember from Hawk the Slayer is Jack Palance overacting and the repeated crossbow.
Yep. I think John Morgan Shepard, he was not Dr. Stubbs, what's his name?
Warden, the visitors are here. I can see them, Rogas.
I think, what was his name? The scientist who possesses data and tries to extend his life. I forget the name of the episode and the character, which is embarrassing. Okay.
It was season 2, I know that.
Unnecessary. The only Federation citizens on Rura Penthe are frozen into the ice. But don't let me dissuade you from your manhunt.
The schizoid man.
Stay where they are. There was a breach.
And it was Dr. Ira Graves.
Thank you.
The security system is quite advanced.
And funny enough, it shares the same title as an episode of The Prisoner.
Please examine the security system for yourself. If you refuse to accept the word of the prison
And believe it or not, the part of Ira Graves was originally slated to be played by Patrick McGowan.
No way!
Of a warrior of the House of Torg, you may be representatives of Jempak, but you'll taste my blade if you insult me again. Go, see for yourself. You'll only find the Patak dumped here to rot.
Follow me to the general holding area.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that they didn't get Patrick McGowan, though. He was nuts. Well, they've really improved this.
Take one of the Jackal Mastiffs with you to sniff out treachery.
Watch what you feed it like that.
Interrogate the prisoners, Captain. One of them may have spotted the fugitive.
Okay. Well, they've definitely improved this. How do we get down there? There must be a ladder or something. It's like Bar 42 on Saturday night.
Ha!
So we got, what is this guy?
Go bother someone else.
Okay.
Snitches get stitches.
I don't know. Does the human have any food?
Get lost. I got nothing to say to you.
So much dilithium, and none of it's mine.
I believe someone is following you, Captain. Turn around.
None of these prisoners will help you. They can sense danger far better than you can. And they know the risks of getting involved in a fight that's not theirs. Because I'm not a Batak like the Warden and his cousin. Have you asked yourself, why would a human come to Rura Pente? The human is here to extract a prisoner. There are no other alternatives. If he was coming to kill someone, then he's a Koch. All he needed to do was wait. Everyone sent to this hole dies. Most are dead within a year. Are you questioning my honor? If you think you're safe because you hold a weapon, you're mistaken. The only thing standing between you and a cold grave is my patience. Someday I'll teach you a lesson for testing my resolve. The human is here, but it is a complicated situation. You must do exactly as I say. We are surrounded by enemies, and you will need my help to survive. The only crime I've committed was thinking there could be peace between the great houses. And all you need to know is that I am a Klingon warrior with the information you need. Follow me, and I will take you to the one the prisoners call the Worm. The Worm is over by the mine entrance.
I wonder if the Worm knows anything about the spice.
There you are. I was wondering if I'd lost you.
Don't try to play coy with us. You have the subterfuge skills of a wounded tar. Did you think no one here would notice a new prisoner? Or that no one would notice when you tampered with the air exchangers?
I see you've found a new friend. Look, if I had the time to explain, I would. But I'm on a tight schedule, and you took your time getting here. If you want to know what's really going on, you'll have to ask your new friend. I need to be going.
Follow him! He's running for the surf!
Apparently I've got to... So rather than follow him, I've got to shoot all the prisoners, right?
Enemy targets on sensor.
See, I feel kind of bad shooting these guys because they haven't actually attacked me yet. I forgot I've got my Mastiff. Is that biting chunks out of these guys? That's all the prisoners dealt with.
When I played that mission, I just ignored the prisoners and just went after the main objective.
Oh wait, you haven't got to. Oh wait, it came up as a objective, so I thought you had to do
It's
it.
one of the optional ones.
Oh, it even says optional. Yeah, of course.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power. Flanking damage detected.
Okay.
Personal shield losing power.
Got the lithium here. This is quite cool. I was here to mine the place. That'd be useful. Cool.
Hurry! We have to stop him! The worm has slithered to the surface. We need to stop him before he can reach the edge of the magnetic shield. I promise that I'll explain everything once we track him down.
Okay.
The human is trying to cross the ice. We need to hurry before he gets outside the magnetic shield. In that case, we don't have any time to waste. It will be difficult to track his movements in this flurry.
Okay, so we use the jackal. Go boy, fetch! Oh, that surface looks great. It looks just like out of the movie.
Yep.
The last time I played this, it was literally just white. You couldn't see anything. They used the old technique from the N64. Just fog everywhere.
Those were
Then you
wild
wouldn't care.
jackals.
Yeah.
Keep a lookout for more. They travel in packs.
How can they survive on the surface?
How are we surviving on the surface?
They must feed on the corpses of dead prisoners.
Kemta, you said you'd explain why you were thrown into Rura Pente.
I am a diplomat. My peaceful words were called treason.
How can there be peace? We are at war!
You've clearly never read the works of Chancellor Gorkon. Now, let me ask you a question. How can we win a war if we can't stop fighting one another?
Honor must be upheld.
The words of a warrior. Still, killing one another for honor blinds us to greater threats.
Oh,
there he is.
Impressive. Your determination is commendable. There's more at stake here than dealing with a lone human on a mission of mercy. In fact, our intelligence says you have very little time left to act. Our friend here discovered that one of the great houses is plotting against the Empire. He's correct, but his curiosity cost him. Now you and Kemtar, will both have a chance for glory.
Alexander.
Kemtar, your father still has friends in the Federation. They believe he's in great danger. I recommend a trip to the Vor system. There you'll find out just how big of a mess you're in, and find the proof that Worf will want.
I don't. He and I have never met. But as I told you, the story is complicated. What you need to know is that he speaks the truth. There is a plot against the Empire, and it is not the Federation's doing. Our true enemies are closer than we realize. If we want to protect our people, we must go to the Vor system and see what is there.
I don't care if you trust me. Kemtar, tell your father that obligations have been met. Only you can decide how you'll deal with the greater threat.
The only threat you should be worried about is me.
Rogaz.
You're a miserable Karut. Not only have you broken penal colony protocol, but you've meddled in the affairs of House Torg. I don't care if Kemtar is innocent. We were paid a great deal of platinum to keep this piece of Baktak locked up. He's not leaving here, and neither are you.
You are a corrupt Foshak.
That's my cue to exit. Good luck.
Well, he's gone. All right. Come on. We're ready to advance the story.
If Rogaz could find us, we can expect more guards soon. You must have a ship in orbit. We should beam up as soon as possible and discuss what has happened.
We read you, Captain. What are your orders? We can't get a lock on your position, Captain. You must still be within range of the magnetic field. We will bring the ship down to the surface to pick you up, Captain.
If we head for higher ground, it will be easier for your ship to locate us.
Okay, due west. If they can do the whole Star Trek 5 thing where the bird of prey comes down, that's really cool. But,
Look up ahead! The Warden and the guards are approaching!
You dishonorable dog! When the High Council hears what Jempak's representatives have done here today, they will order your immediate execution!
Execution!
Enough to keep us warm long after you're dead. We get paid whether Kemtar lives or dies. So before I kill you, I'll offer you the coward's choice of surrender. What am I forgetting?
Tosha!
Okay, they did the whole Star Trek 5 thing. That's really cool. But I haven't got a bird of prey anymore.
Yeah, there's a bit of a disappointment where, like, yeah, my ship's no longer there anymore.
Still, that is cool. That's very cool.
Fitting end to a band of dishonorable fools. I trust you're ready to leave this freezing, miserable place, Captain. In many ways, I think Rurapente is worse than Grator itself.
Drake said we should go to the Vor system. What would we possibly find there? Whatever is there, it is a threat to the Klingon Empire. We must find evidence to show the Council.
Okay.
Transporter room is standing by, Captain. We're ready to bring you aboard at your command.
Let's do it. Back to the ship. Okay, so...
Your report on Warden Kratak and the prison riot was disturbing. I have transferred many prisoners to Urapenthe, and this is the first I've heard of corruption. As you know, the Empire does not tolerate fraud or dishonesty. I accept your resolution to the matter, but I am displeased that you did not apprehend Drake. The fact you freed Kimtar also requires scrutiny. If Kimtar were not Ambassador Worf's son, I would demand that you return him to First City at once. However, if you believe there's evidence of further corruption, you have my authorization to pursue this matter discreetly.
Okay.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Right. Let's put a point into energy weapon training. Nothing has changed with our traits yet, so that's that. Okay, cool. So we're still doing the Empire storyline. So we've done Manhunt. Is this friend or foe? I think before we do the next thing, so we'll do one more mission, and then we'll call that a day of the
During my time as ambassador, I uncovered evidence that one of the great houses has been corrupted by a foreign influence and is plotting against the Empire. I was thrown into Urapenthe as punishment for digging too close to the truth. The fugitive Drake suggested that we travel to the Vor system. We hope to find evidence that will prove there is an internal threat to the Empire.
Okay. The Vor system. Notice something weird. My science officer can use all three of his abilities, which is pretty cool. So before we go to the Vor system, I'm going to go back to Cronus and actually get some new abilities for the ship. How far away are we? We're only able to travel here at warp 5, so what I might do is use our transwarp fast travel. Quick sojourn to the barracks, and then should have some better abilities for the crew. Okay, let's beam down. Do you prefer it when hang on, shift escape? That's it. Nah, okay. I'd rather have fire at will for my beams.
What's Will done?
Well, nothing yet. That's what I've got here. I've got Photonic Shockwave, Science Team 2, and Tractor Beam 1, which are not my first choices for science abilities. So, quick trip to the First City, to the barracks. I've got some gear I can sell. What I also think I'll do as well, if I quickly go to the dilithium store, to the Reclaim, I'll quickly get my hands on the Prolonged Engagement Photon Torpedo, which I have from a previous event, and the power dynamo, which will form a nice two-piece set that I can use on the ship. So I'll install that now. I'll look at it. So there's my prolonged engagement photo, and then we'll just put in my prolonged engagement. Actually, we've got the armor left. We'll use the armor. And then we've got my power dynamo. We haven't got a disruptor reduction coil yet, but we'll have one soon, so we'll use that. Where are we? You can go for one of those ships then, Dan.
Thinking about it, if I'm going to go for the Negfar one, I might go for the cross-faction cruiser bundle.
What does it come with?
It has the Negfar ship, a Galaxy class, and the Pterodex.
Not bad. They're all tier 6s, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you've already got the legendary Galaxy class, haven't you?
I mean, if anything, it gives me another one just for Admiralty purposes.
There is that.
And what's the trait with that one? Is it the same with the...
The trait isn't worth it. I mean, all three ships have the same trait. Which is... What is it? It's something to do with damage resistance. I forget what it is now. But it's not an amazing trait. I actually lost it. I'm trying to work out where I'm going. Ah, here we go. No, that's not it. That's... Where am I trying to get to? That's it. It's the vendors are down here. But the Pterodex tier 6 is brilliant. So if you are flying a Romulan character, then it's worth getting at. Okay, so we'll sell some gear. So,
mind you, have it be a nice image of your Pterodex and my Pterodex just decloaking next to each other.
It would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not using a Harpeng launcher, so I'll get rid of that. I'll keep the Jackal Mastiff though. Okay, let's go buy some manuals. If you do go for the Negfar, it's a very ponderous ship, very slow.
Well, I'm used to piloting slow ships.
Well, you say that. Excuse me. But the Scimitar is actually a very manoeuvrable ship compared to...
especially once you get all the consoles on it.
Yes. Okay, so first things first, let's get Fire at Will. And then for engineering, we already have what we need, which is... Actually, I'll go for Powered Weapons 1. It's always nice. And then for science, I'll have Science Team 1. And then Hazard Emitters 2. And then what can we put in the third slot? Photonic Officer 2? I mean, I ain't got enough for it anyway, so I'll have to wait. Okay, either way. So stations. So Kagan can now use Fire at Will. Chagrin can now use Emergency Powered Weapons 1, and then Thrak, my Resident Gorn, can now use... we'll promote him first, okay. Actually, I can't promote him, so that's fine. We'll just stick with that. Okay, so... Science Team 1, Fire at Will, and Emergency Powered Weapons 1. That's much better. So let's go to the Force system, and we'll be a little bit more optimized now when we get into a fight. Friend or foe? Okay.
Captain, we've entered the Vor system. There's a starbase in orbit dead ahead. Huh. It's one of ours, but the record's listed as a research facility operated by Uridian scientists.
The Uridians are not known for their scientific prowess, but the research station is listed as a protected asset. According to your ship's computer, the Uridians have a trade agreement with a human scientist named Amar Singh. He is working with someone in the Empire on a genetic research project. It's up.
Okay.
This is Research Facility Logner Beta 3. I am Plardos Yarden, commander of the station. With whom am I speaking? We weren't informed there would be visitors today. How may we serve the Empire?
Commander Plardos, you will provide this ship's computer access to all recent station communication logs. You will also transmit a manifest of shipments and supply delivery receipts for the last month.
Well, this is unexpected. You do realize that we have an agreement with your government and Dr. Singh. Our research is highly classified. You do have some sort of official order granting permission to view these records?
Message sent.
That was a clear message, I think.
Why are you attacking us? Please, we are not your enemy. You're completely mad. This is a top security installation. You don't have authorization to access our records. We're filing a formal complaint. Of course we're hiding something. We're conducting classified research. That's why you are not authorized to access station records. You do understand the concept of top secret, don't you? This is preposterous. We refuse to hand over top secret information without proper authorization. We will defend ourselves if necessary.
They've powered up defensive cannons and launched small craft.
That was useful.
Station commander sent a distress signal. A ship is responding.
Ooh, we got company.
Captain, Romulan warbird on sensors.
Ah, Mogai.
Captain, the Romulans are hailing us.
We received a distress call from this station. We are here to provide assistance. Station Commander Plardos sounded distressed. He mentioned a disagreement with a Klingon vessel. It would be dishonorable of us not to investigate. We appreciate the delicate nature of the situation. Would you mind if we spoke with the station? Perhaps we could resolve any misunderstanding.
I find this very suspicious. Why would Romulans respond to a distress call here?
The Romulans hailed the station on an open frequency, and then immediately switched to an encrypted channel. The Romulan ship hasn't raised shields. What are they up to?
I don't need to remind you that we're in Klingon territory. The fact that these Romulans are here at all could be the clue we need.
Captain, the station has transported several crates of goods to the Romulans.
Commander Plardos has explained the situation. It sounds as if there's been a miscommunication. The foolish bravado of the Klingon Empire. Attacking your own station and then accusing us of wrongdoing. I should have expected something like this. Very well. We'll communicate in terms you can understand.
Okay.
More Romulan ships dropping out of war.
Oh, Derelicts now.
One of the Romulans is firing on the other. other Romulan ship could belong to its remnant here in
This is Commander Telek of the Romulan Republic. We are here to cooperate with the Klingon Empire.
Double D is down.
The Romulan Republic is thankful for your assistance. We had tracked the Tal Shiar to this system, but we would have been outmatched without your aid. The Romulan Republic faces many challenges, but conflict with the Klingon Empire should not be one of them. As a gesture of good faith, I'll share with you information that you might find to be of value. We believe Tal Shiar agents are collaborating with operatives in the Klingon Empire to steal weaponry and technology. We have uncovered large supplies of Klingon weapons on the planet Nimbus 3 that we believe are being stockpiled there by agents of the Empress. The stolen goods are being transferred through several facilities in the local sector, including this science station. The shipping manifests on the supply crates and the weapons themselves. By tracking the flow of goods, we've learned that there are agents in the Klingon Empire transferring stolen supplies to the Tal Shiar. Those supplies are being stockpiled on Nimbus 3. If you will help track down the source of those weapons, we will share our data with you.
Seems reasonable.
Transferring the data now. We expect the Klingon Empire to track down the source of these stolen goods and punish those responsible before more weapons fall into the wrong hands. If we discover any further information, we will notify the Empire's ambassador on Mol Rihan.
Okay.
Please listen to me. We were only following protocol. We must ensure that our research doesn't fall into the wrong hands. We didn't know the shipments we were transferring were stolen. I was told that the crates were medical supplies needed on the war front. We didn't ask questions. Please, show mercy. We were only doing what we were ordered to do. Due to present circumstances, we will forego normal security authorization and provide the files you have requested. We live to serve the Empire.
We've received the data that Kemtar requested, Captain. It will take some time to analyze these files and track the source of the shipments. In the meantime, we are prepared to leave the system on your command.
Cool.
Your officers have analyzed the shipping logs from the research facility. Their findings confirm what the Romulan Republic officer told us. Someone has been routing technology and weapons to the Tal Shiar, and they are going to great lengths to cover their tracks. An operation of this magnitude would require the resources of one of the houses, but the shipments are being routed in such a way to conceal their point of origin. Our evidence is circumstantial. It was my eagerness to point fingers without proof that landed me in Urapenthe in the first place. We must exercise patience and wait for our prey to reveal themselves. My father is Ambassador Worf. He has many friends and many enemies. I tried to convince him that one of the houses was moving in the shadows against us. He either didn't believe me or didn't care. Either way, he made his decision when he refused to act after I was sent to Urapenthe. His pride is a weakness our enemy will try to exploit. You can try, but we must be prepared if he doesn't. We should at least warn him of the danger, even if he refuses to see the knife at his throat.
Okay, he's going to talk to Worf. I've heard that he is, in fact, not a merry man.
I protest. I am not a merry man.
Okay. Let's see what Worf has to say. see that asteroid belt over there and those fragments. That's meant to be Praxis, which used to be the Klingon moon. And they destroyed it by accident when they were overmining the planet. It was kind of used in Star Trek as a analogy to the Chernobyl incident in real life. Kicked off the story of Star Trek 6, which is an amazing way to start the story.
With a huge bang.
Massive bang. Okay. There's Wolf. Oh, it's over here. Walked right past them.
Perhaps. First, tell me who you are. Greetings. How may I assist you? That is an odd request. We stand in the courtyard of the Great Hall, and honor has no need of secrecy. If you cannot speak your mind in this place, then I have no desire to hear what you have to say. That is not my son's name. If Kemtar wishes to talk, tell him to come and speak to me. I will not communicate through intermediaries. He is the only one in danger, unless you have been foolish enough to listen to his tales. But you have already made that mistake. If you have spoken to him, then you have been to Rura Penthe. I am Gintok to the House of Martok. Lady Sorella has declared vengeance on the House of Jimpok. It would not surprise me if all the great houses wish me dead. Tell my son that I am capable of defending myself. Romulans. That does not make sense. Jimpok's position towards the Federation and the Tal Shiar is very clear. And in this, he has my house's full support. It would be foolish for any house to make such a connection. However, I would not be surprised to hear you mention the House of Duras. And that is exactly the sort of accusation that landed my son in a penal colony. Tell Kemtar that unless he has proof, he should stay silent. If he is a fugitive from Rura Penthe, he will only make his situation worse. I do not want to know any more about what you two are plotting.
Has Worf agreed to speak to us? What name I use is not important. Did you tell him what we've learned? Did you tell him the Romulans are involved? Given their history, I've considered the possibility that the House of Duras might be involved. Is he at least willing to review our evidence? Yaicha! He is a stubborn old man and he is going to get himself killed. Agreed. If the Jinn talk to House Martok will not listen, we will take our concerns to the house itself. Martok's son Drex is off-world. I will contact Lady Sorella and arrange a meeting. These events are very disturbing. They paint a picture of a large conspiracy against prominent houses of the Empire. I will work with my contacts to see what else I can learn. And I will notify you when I have enough leads to further our investigation.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Okay, level 8. Let's just put another rank into projectiles. Nothing for ground yet, and our traits haven't moved. Okay, cool. Well, I think that is a good place to leave it for today. So in terms of the story arc, that completes the Empire story arc. Moving on to the Warzone story arc next, which is what we'll be doing in the next video. So, Dan, what are you up to right now?
Currently I'm a bit on in the story at the moment. I won't say anything for spoiler reasons for those who haven't played the game.
Cool. Well, of course, when we get close from level, we shall be playing together. So I might do the next video solo, so I can catch up with that, and then once we're in a close enough level, we can play alongside each other. But In the meantime, if you have been watching, thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed watching our little foray into Star Trek Online today, especially into the new Klingon content, or at least the reworked Klingon content. There's a lot more which they've put into the game to show you so far, but do stick with us as we carry on this series. And of course, if you haven't tried Star Trek Online before, it is a free-to-play MMO. It costs you nothing to download and play, so check it out. It's really, really good if you're a Star Trek fan. Anyway, for the time being, this is Captain Matt
and Lord Dan
signing off. Take care, guys, and bye for now.